There's nothing worse than starting a new gacha game, playing through the intro, rolling on that limited banner, getting the character you wanted, then screwing up due to a lack of knowledge after the fact, forcing you to begin from scratch. Okay, well, you know what? Wait, yeah. So there is. Your game could prioritize China over global, providing them better rewards, more lucrative events, and better compensation. But you know what? Not all gacha games are Black Beacon. My goal today is to walk you through some things you might want to know, things that can help start you off right. Now, welcome to the ultimate Stella Sora beginner's guide, brought to you by your overlord, Papa Flaccid Stix. Do not fret which gender character that you choose at the beginning of the game. I went female because I like cute characters, but after completing the intro to the game, you'll quickly learn that you can swap between both male and female at absolutely any juncture. This allows for you to see from which perspective you prefer, and is honestly a great addition to any game. You do not have to worry too much anyway about rerolls. The beginner banner allows for you to roll up to 20 consecutive times and provides you 5 save slots to save pulls too. This means that you can continue to reroll for up to a total of 20 combinations before having to reroll an entire account, and makes things so much easier. I don't typically reroll myself, but it's refreshing being given the opportunity to potentially get the character that I wanted. It is also worth noting that the number of 4-star and 5-star characters are completely random. I've done rolls and gotten 0 5-stars, and I've done rolls where I got 5 4-stars. So it's worthwhile to, at the very least, save as many of your roll combinations as possible, because you have no idea how good or bad your luck will be. The gacha is surprisingly, unbelievably, free-to-play friendly. On the one hand, you have the limited banner character. At 120 pulls, you're guaranteed the limited banner character, in this case, the goddess, that is Chitose. You can get lucky and obtain her through normal pulls, I did, and if your luck sucks as much as mine normally does, you can immediately claim her at 120 pulls. There is a further guarantee that you'll obtain her character within 160 pulls, meaning that you can actually obtain the character twice within 160 pulls. Yeah, that's wild. There is a 1.6% base rate for 5-star characters, and you are guaranteed to get at least 1 4-star tracker or disc every 10 pulls. For reference here, Genshin's rates are 0.6% and Wuwa's are 0.8%. This is almost triple Genshin's rate of 5-star acquisition, and at the very least double Wuwa's. Grants are important because they're a constant source of materials and currency. Startup grants are unlocked by default upon the beginning of every new season, with options to unlock the Elite and Royal grants to obtain additional Stellanite dust, gold discs, exclusive melodic collections, and more, but it comes at a cost, real money. Is it worth the investment? Honestly, I think so. I tend to get battle passes and the monthly VIP memberships to both support the gacha games that I play, and because you typically tend to get a lot more for the small amount that you pay. You can also acquire exclusive appearances through the Royal Grants. The main story not only details your purpose in the game as a protagonist, elaborates on each of the available characters, but also provides you a lot of additional premium gems to pull for characters or to utilize to restore stamina. There are only 2 chapters available at the time of the game's release, but that's thousands of premium gems that you wouldn't have otherwise. Adding into this the side stories, each character's personal and affinity stories, you're missing out by not completing everything that you can. Just don't rush things, the story is very limited. Outside of the main story, there is a lot of side content, or I guess you could refer to it as the main content, given that this is what you'll be spending the vast majority of your time on. Ascension and Bounty Trial is where you'll consume the bulk of your stamina. You'll farm cartridges, you'll farm skill upgrade materials, Ascension materials, and XP items to upgrade and level your characters. While you'll consume all your stamina focusing on the Ascension and Bounty Trial, there are numerous options that you'll want to focus on every single day or week, depending on how dedicated you are to playing the game. The Sinister Arena, or the Menace Arena, whichever you want to refer to it as, does not require stamina, but it allows for you to stare at bunny girls. Very attractive, very voluptuously shit. How, like, you have to look at these and think to yourself, how on earth do those stay in there and hold them? And also, you can climb through a number of increasingly difficult stages for higher quality rewards and continue staring respectfully at the waifus, who are definitely must-pulls if possible, along with the purchasing of the respective outfits. The bounty hunt lets you clear numerous different boss encounters and rewards you upgrade materials at the cost of a ticket that you can replenish each week. Unfortunately, the boss rush or the boss splits, whichever you want to refer to this as, their Twitter and the actual content creator server seem to have different names for a lot of these, was not unfortunately available in the content creator server, but we did get to stare at the waifu that is responsible for the boss rush, and there was definitely a lot of staring going on, a lot of The boss rush, however, will open at the release of the game, but according to the devs themselves, you'll complete different missions, you'll stare at the wife, accumulate the stars, and climb a leaderboard, climber bosom, and with your rewards being based off of your individual placement. I'm sorry, she's just so distracting. A lot of the characters in this game are just so freaking distracting. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. There are incentives to make sure you log in every single day during the initial 2-week beginner process. For 2 weeks after creating your character, you'll receive juicy rewards for logging in for 7 days, with a total of 10 free cerulean tickets, 1 stellar resume pack, and 1 rainbow disc pack being up for grabs. Thankfully, the game is very free-to-play friendly, so these aren't really all too necessary, but free pulls are always appreciated. After completing the intro, you're going to unlock your first trek. This is a 7-day sequence of completable events that you'll be able to slowly finish, with new days unlocking every 24 hours. The rewards are fantastic. Bottled Vigor Soda, a stamina item, exquisite gift boxes, novice disc promotion boxes, cartridge boxes, colored glass, and premium Trekker promotion boxes. This will help you significantly level and upgrade your characters, and is an advantage that you'll not want to miss out on. The activities are relatively easy to complete. I finished all 7 days over the course of my time in the content creator server just playing the game. Leveling your characters and your respective discs are very important. They affect your power, your character's power, and directly affect how your characters function. Ascension and Bounty Trials are the game modes that you'll want to utilize to attain the materials necessary to continue to upgrade them, but it is important that you focus on a single character over others. You form a group of up to 3 different characters to deploy, but only one character is on the field. The character placed into the main slot, meaning yes, other characters are definitely important, but they're not on the field getting hit like the character that you're controlling is. The character that you control is the most important character in the game. You deal the most damage, you take the most damage. The others get to just, chill. Meaning leveling, ascending, and upgrading a single character takes precedence. Which isn't to say that you should ignore the other characters, definitely focus on them to break certain walls that you've hit, but if you find yourself unable to progress, upgrade your main character. In my instance, Chitose, who I leveled to 70 by the time that I recorded this video. In some games, dupes are unimportant, because they don't really do a whole lot to enhance or alter your character. In Stella Sora, the opposite is true. For Chitose, as an example here, unlocking her first dupe allows for her to gain a 30% attack boost for 20 seconds after using her ultimate ability. 30% is freaking insane, dude, especially if you stack that with the other boosts that you get from the potential system in each level. And honestly, I don't even know if this is as bad as it gets. I'm sure other characters receive even larger boosts. Now, that doesn't mean that this is important to progress through the game or it's going to hinder you in any capacity, but if you're stuck on finishing off the final 10% of a boss's HP, getting a single dupe would allow for 30% more damage to be dealt, which would likely more than finish it off. So, dupes are definitely important, but not absolutely necessary. Talk to your waifus. Otherwise, they stalk you, they start stealing your underwear, and then they kill any women that you talk to. And things admittedly get a little bit weird. Commissions are one of the most important things to make certain you remember every day. They allow you to farm every 20 hours every material in the game. Skill upgrades, XP boosts, disc boosts, ascension. Every material for every feature in this game is farmable through commissions, with a limit of 4 teams being able to be sent out per day. This drastically reduces how much stamina you need to use to farm for specific characters, since you'll be able to specify which upgrade materials you want to acquire at the end of every day. You can also get bonus rewards after every completion, which is a nice little touch. Make sure you're slowly leveling up everything under the Monolith Research. This is easy to forget since, for the most part, it's not somewhere you'll easily notice. But it does allow for some pretty substantial upgrades to every form of gameplay. You'll slowly acquire the resources to fill out each level of the Monolith simply through playing the game, but checking in daily to see if you've completed the necessary activities to be rewarded with the currency to upgrade is an absolute necessity. Do not miss checking this every single day. Honestly, there are a lot of things you could be doing here to start Stella Sora off right, but these are a few things that you're going to want to be paying attention to. These are some of the important things I think you should be focusing on, but that doesn't mean that there aren't more. This game is huge and has been a ton of fun to play so far, and I genuinely cannot wait to play more of it, stream it when it releases, and continue creating content on it. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.